Okay, today lesson is solving absolute value equations. All right, and the first thing I want to demonstrate is why we're using a particular algorithm. All right, then that might help you understand how I'm coming up with the correct answer. All right, but before I do that, I'm just going to see if you are thinking. If I say the absolute value of x equals 8, then what could x be? What could x be, James? 8. What do you think? 8? Negative 8? Just negative 8? Come on, someone else. So what I'm asking you, listen to what I'm saying now. What number, when I take the absolute value of it, is 8? What about negative 8?
It could be either.
There you go. So now that's what I'm trying to get you to say. Right, I'm trying to get you to say, well, if I take the absolute value of 8, that is what? 8. If I take the absolute value of negative 8, that is also what? 8. That's why you get two solutions. That's why you get two solutions. So when we're dealing with absolute values, you're going to have two solutions. All right, you're going to have two solutions. Now, most of the time you're going to have two solutions, and I'm going to give you the examples of when you're not going to have two solutions. But for question number 1, I would just want you to write down x is equal to, now didn't we say it could be positive or negative 8?
Yeah.
Right, so here's how mathematicians write plus or minus 8. That's the symbol. All right, so the answer could be positive 8 or it could be what? Negative 8. All right, so if I was asking you to do question number 3, you could be able to just quickly tell me that's what? Oh yeah, b is equal to plus or minus 1. I told you it's very easy for today. Very easy. All right. Now, remember, what I was fussing at you about earlier about your test is if you're not happy with where you're at, you've got to change what you're doing. And that means, number 1, concentrate on what I'm saying. And number 2, don't think that everybody else understands it, because everybody else didn't understand it. Or so when you have a question, I can't walk around and say, "Are you okay?" to every person in here. You've got to be brave, put your hand up, and say, "I'm not sure what you're doing, and let me help you." All right? And then you have to make sure you're doing the work. I'm serious when I say, look at the review and look at the test. It's almost what? Exactly the same thing. If you can't do the review, you can't do the test. You will see these questions on a what? Review. Then you will see those questions on a what? So you'll see it 3 times. If you don't know it now, you're not going to know it on the review, and you're not going to know it on the test. So stay involved. All right? Stay involved. Stay focused. It's not hard. I promise you it's not hard. All right? Yes.
So you said, like, on the first and third, like you said, both equal positive 8?
No, I didn't say that. I said b could be plus or minus 8.
How could it be minus?
For number 1,
Mm-hmm.
because if I do this, and that's a very good question, what's the absolute value of negative 8?
8.
What's the absolute value of 8?
8.
So that's why these are both answers.
Oh, okay.
All right, good. Very good. Now, again, not that it's, part of anybody's business, but Luca made the highest grade on the test, and she's already asking me a question because it wasn't perfectly clear to her. That's what you need to be doing. That's what you need to be doing. If it was too hard, you wouldn't be in here. All right? Now, number 5. All right? Now, I want to show you something on number 5, please. Listen. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to erase this right here just for a second. Because I want to try to see if you understand what I'm saying. Well, actually, I meant to do it for this one. That's okay. Let's do it for both of them. All right. So the absolute value of what is 53?
Negative or positive.
All right. So listen to what you're saying. What's inside the absolute value has to equal,
50.
or it has to equal.
Negative.
Now listen to me. Honestly, that's how simple it is. What's inside the absolute value can either be 53 or it can be what? Negative 53. So now, let me take back what I've said. So now what I want you to write down is I want you to write 5. I want you to write 5 plus 8a could equal what? Negative 53. Or 5 plus 8a could equal what? Positive 53. Now, if you put the 53 first or the 53 second or negative 53 second, it wouldn't matter. Is everybody good on this? All right. Now, again, some of you guys were not where I wanted you to be with solving equations, so we're going to continue to practice. All right. When I solve this, all right, I'm subtracting 5 from both sides, correct? So when I subtract 5, I get 8a equals negative 58. Anybody have any questions or concerns with that?
No, he said
Yeah, but when
you
you
subtract
I
five.
subtracted 5 from both sides, right?
But it's 50.
Yeah, they're negative. So
Yeah,
you have to, like,
Hold up. I don't need corrections right now. Reagan, I'm subtracting 5, right? So negative 53 minus 5. Negative 58. Now again, listen, the last thing I want you to do is I want someone to say, oh, when they really don't understand something. So you have to be the judge about whether or not you really understand what I'm saying. If not, I can write out the details for you. So it'll register in your brain. And I'm not just talking to you, Reagan. I'm talking to everybody. Don't say, oh, because I just say something. If it's not clicking in your brain, let me know. I'll put the minus 5 on both sides. You with me on that? All right. Now I'm going to divide both sides by what? I'm going to divide by 8. All right. We don't need a calculator to do that. A equals negative 29. Well, I won't skip a step on this one. Negative 58 over 8. And then we reduce the fraction to what? Negative 29 fourths. All right. Does anybody have any questions with that? Yes.
You put it over a fraction.
That's right. 58 does not divide by 8 evenly. You with me on that? And then I just reduce the fraction. Everything in math is written as a fraction. We don't really write in decimals. All right? Now we're going to continue on. So now I have to subtract 5 from both sides again. So 8a this time is equal to what? 48. Perfect. All right. Listen, I already had a conversation with him. James, if I look down and feel like you guys are messing around, there's going to be trouble. I already had a conference with your mother. All right? I talked to her already. All right? I'm about to have one with yours. I can't look down and feel like you guys are messing around. It's not going to work in here. Now, a is equal to what?
6.
A is equal to 6. We would divide both sides by 8. All right, is everybody good on that now? Yes, good for you, Connor.
So
What?
how come there's 2 different sides?
Because what's annoying about these problems now, guys? There's 2 answers for every one. Perfect. That's exactly correct.
So,
All right, so you have to write 2 problems for every one. So this looks like there's only 30 problems, but actually there are what?
60.
There are 60 problems. All right, that's why kids get annoyed. You understand why there's 2 problems for every one? You sure? Because that was the lesson, the first 2 minutes of class. I tried to explain why there's always 2 solutions. All right? Can anybody tell me when there would be only 1 solution? Very, very good. Very smart. if it's equal to 0, then how many numbers are 0 units from 0? 0. There's only one answer, right? Now, when is there no solution? Or how is it unsolvable though?
They're all the same number.
Nope. When it's equal to a, right now, it's equal to a what? Positive. There was a special case when it's equal to a 0, and now there's a special case when it's equal to a. So how many absolute values are negative? None. That is correct. How many absolute values are negative? None. The absolute value of x, if I said to you, the absolute value of x equals -3, you would tell me the what? No solution. Distance can't be negative. Distance can't be negative. All right? So the absolute value of x equals -3, no solution. Quickly.
So if it was like one, okay, -1 x, like x and then 1.
Negative, the variable being negative has nothing to do with the outcome.
Okay.
All right? And we'll talk about that. All right? So here we go. Now, that was number 5. Now we're going to find room for number 7. All right? Now we're going to find room for number 7. All right? Now for me, I'm just going to shrink this down so I have enough room, which you can do the same. All right? Now, again, let me have Michael. How do I set up number 7? Quickly. Very good work. Yeah. Now, if you understand what I'm saying, just keep going, guys. All right, that's a good job, Michael. Now, we're going to solve this in our head, right? So 3k equals -6. So k is equal to -2. Or 3k equals -10. K equals -10/3. Right?
How do you get 10? Oh, the negative.
Right? We're subtracting 8 from both sides. Subtracting 8 from both sides. Right? Now this time I put the positive first and the negative second. All right? It doesn't matter what order. You get the same answer. All right? All right, Quigley. Let's see if you're listening to me today. Number 9, what am I doing?
Okay, so.
Good job. And then? Yes, good job, girl. All right. Now again, practice solving mentally. Subtracting 9. So 7x equals -39. You good or not? Okay, let me know, please, okay? And so x is equal to -39/7. Subtracting 9, 7x equals 21. And so x equals what? X equals 3. Nice. Anybody have any questions or concerns? Quickly, go.
So you did it subtract by 9.
I subtracted 9.
So why? Oh, okay, I understand.
Right? Good. Come on.
Okay, I think I got lost. Where did you get the -30? I get the positive and negative, but
You set it equal to 30, and then you set it equal to -30.
oh,
Each time.
oh.
Every time we've done that. All right?
If you write really big, can you add it if another page you roll the work?
I'm totally fine. Listen to me. Your work doesn't matter to me how it's done. All right, some of you like doing it this way, like doing it that way. I don't care. I'm just going to look at it. Plus, I'm doing what? I'm recording all of the solutions for you anyway. All right, it shouldn't be a big deal. It's not a big deal. All right, what's a big deal to me is get organized. However you want to do it. All right, the more organized you are, the better it is. Try to write a little neater too. All right, that's kind of important as well. All right, so Connor Goss, what am I doing on number 11?
So you do 8 plus 6 equals 15, 8 plus 6 equals 9.
Good job.
Plus 6.
I know what you meant. All right.
And then you do
Good. 6m equals what?
6m equals 50. But so then you do minus 8,
Good. So,
and then that's 58, and then 6m equals.
wait a minute. 50 minus 8 is 58.
Oh, sorry, 42. So 6m equals 42.
So m equals,
So m equals 7.
beautiful. On the other side.
And the other side, this is like, okay. So 8 plus 6 equals negative 50. And you do minus 8. Then minus 8, and then that's negative 58.
Good.
6m equals negative 58. And then that's 58 over 6.
Right? Good job.
And then you can't see.
You can reduce by 2, right?
Oh.
That's all right. Don't worry about it.
So then that's,
All right. Negative 29 thirds. So again, what I'm trying to make sure, Connor, is you're good with the solving now.
Yeah.
All right? Figure things out, buddy. No excuse. Freddie,
Right.
help me out. Hold on one second. Let me shrink this down. All right. And anytime you don't know something, that goes for everybody. Speak up. Go ahead, Freddie.
Right, 6 minus 2x equals 24. And then 4, 6 minus 2x equals negative 24.
Beautiful.
And then you do minus 6,
Mm-hmm.
and that's 18.
Good.
And then do minus 6, and that's 30. Negative 30.
Right.
So, so it would be 9, x equals 9. Negative 9, and then x equals 15.
Perfect, right? You see that? Be careful with the positives and negatives. That's really the big mistake. Allie, you good? Yeah. All right. Now, if you want to put a star by number 15, this is where it just changes a little bit. All right, if you want to put on your paper, isolate the absolute value. So if I isolate the absolute value, I must get rid of what? What is in the way?
The negative 7.
Yes, the negative 7 is in the way. That's attached by what operation? So how do I get rid of multiplication? Divide, guys. All right?
Wait, I don't get that.
Just listen to what I'm saying. Negative 7 is highlighted, right? That's in the way. How do I undo that? No. No. Divide. We're undoing that. That's negative 7 times that absolute value. All right? So what I want you to write down first now is this. I want you to write down, everybody writes down absolute value of negative 3 minus 3r equals what? 3. Yeah, negative 21 divided by negative 7 is positive 3. Right? Okay? And now you're off to what we were doing before. So now you say negative 3 minus 3r equals 3. Negative 3 minus 3r equals negative 3. Is everybody happy with that? Negative 3r equals 6, so r equals negative 2. Negative 3r equals 0, r equals 0. Yes, sir, good.
I thought you said there was no solution.
Listen, all I want you to do is I want you to ask me what your question is. All right, what's your question?
You said there was no solution with the negative.
That is a statement. That is not a question.
Why would it not be no solution?
Because you haven't isolated the absolute value. You have to isolate the absolute value first. It's like this. If I said this to you, if I said negative 2 times the absolute value of x equals negative 10, what do I need this to be? Then that's a solution. Just because this is negative doesn't mean it's no solution, right? This is what's causing the problem. I have to isolate the absolute value first to see if it's no solution. You hear what I'm saying now? You must isolate first. All right, I'm listening. What?
Oh.
What? Go.
Oh, me? Oh, okay. So you know how when you put it in what are the lines called again?
Absolute value.
Isn't it everything's supposed to be positive?
No, I never said that. You can take the absolute value. What's the absolute value of negative 3? But what's inside the absolute value isn't positive,
Oh, okay.
right?
Okay, so like when you divide 7 over 21, right?
First, yes.
Okay, and that would equal positive.
Because why? It's connected with what operation?
Multiplication.
Yeah, we undo multiplication. So they're giving you another freebie here on number 17. What do you have to do on 17? Get rid of the 7 again. What do I need to do? Divide by 7. So now I say the absolute value of negative 7x minus 3 equals 3. You working? Now what? Negative 7x minus 3 equals 3. Negative 7x minus 3 equals negative 3. Add 3. Negative 7x equals 6. X equals negative 6/7. Negative 7x equals 0. X equals 0. Good, guys? What?
So you always add or subtract what comes up to be equal. If it doesn't have the
Yeah, come on. What? You guys, listen. Make this year. I'm trying also to work on making odd observations on your own and feeling good about your observations. All right. That's what you need to do. All right. Now, what do you think I have to do on number 19? Multiply by 8. So now, listen. Stop what you're doing. Does everybody here know 8 times 3 is 24, right? So instead of writing it all out, you can write negative 4b minus 10 equals 24, and negative 4b minus 10 equals what? Negative 24. Everybody see that? Right? You should be able to do that. All right? Now we're adding 10. Negative 4b equals 34. B equals negative 34 over 4, which reduces to negative 17 over 2. Everybody happy so far?
Yeah.
The same principle on the other side. Negative 4b equals, so b is equal to negative 14 over negative 4, which is 7 over 2. Negative divided by negative today is a what? You're welcome. I know that. All right. Now we got issues on number 21. Go ahead.
So, back to 19.
Okay.
So, on the one where the answers are negative, it's negative 14 over negative 4. But then on when it's a positive answer, how come it's negative 34 and it's a positive 4?
Because I'm
Like, how
okay.
come
Okay.
those
Listen to
fours-
me. Listen to me. That's just a perspective thing. Look. Well, I'm going to blow it up so you can see what I'm saying. In math, listen to me. In math, we don't put the negative in the denominator. You hear what I'm saying? So look right here. Let me just show you what I mean now. It's an easy fix for you. Look right here. So this is supposed to be down there. Because I divided both sides by negative 4. You see what I'm saying, right? But in my head, I just am so used to never dividing, you know what I mean? Keep the negative in the numerator. You with me on this, right?
Yeah.
All right. Easy as that. All right. Good question, actually. All right. So now let's talk about the next one. All right. Let's do some mental math on number 21. All right. Don't be crazy on me. Here's what I want for you guys. Everybody, look up, look up, look up, look up. See if you can do this. See if you understand what I just did. X plus 7 equals 1. X plus 7 equals negative 1.
Yeah.
Why? Hold up. Tell us why, real quick.
I don't know. I'm just confused on how you got the one.
Okay, so Maggie, tell us. Shh, and please, hey, now listen, I promise you it's simple, simple, simple. What did I do?
So 8 minus 3 equals 5, and then divided by the
No. What are you talking about? You crazy.
8
Go.
minus 3 equals 5, and 5 minus 5 equals. Wait, that equals 0.
Stop talking.
Stop dividing by
Oh my
5.
God.
That's what I said.
Okay, 5 minus what?
Oh.
Okay, hold on. Oh, crap.
And I still said it was wrong.
No, I did. I got that, but I
Tell us,
forgot how
please.
bad.
Add the 3.
Add the 3.
What?
Yeah, 'cause it's a
And then you
negative
divide by
number.
8.
Add the
Oh my gosh, you guys. 8 minus 3 is 5. What are you killing me? Look. Stop. I'm adding 3.
minus 5 equals 8.
Shh. I'm adding 3 first. Listen, we are running out of time now. I'm isolating the absolute value. To isolate the absolute value, I add 3. After I add 3, I now have to do what? Divide by 8. So 8 divided by 8 is what? 1. So in this case, we're saying the absolute value of x plus 7 is equal to 1. What?
Why can't we do it the other way?
It's like saying you're combining 8x minus 3 into one single term. You're not. Listen, this number in front means how many of those there are.
Oh.
All right? What?
You would make it so it's x plus 7 equals negative.
I don't care about all that. All I want you to do is look at this problem right here. Hey, you with me? And know that I have to add 3 and divide by 8 because I'm isolating the radical. All right, that's what I'm doing. All right? Now, your final answer here is x equals negative 6 or x equals negative 8. That is correct. All right? So now that you guys, just to make sure you understood me, 23. I have to do what first?
To add 1.
Why am I adding 1? Stop, let her talk.
Because you have to put it under the 51.
Right, so how do I get rid of a plus 1?
Subtract it.
Subtract 1. So that makes that what?
Negative 1, and then you subtract 50.
Right, so then what? And then what?
And then you have to divide it by
Divide by what?
5.
Divide by 5.
50 divided by 5 is 10.
There you go. So here, you should be able to, James, listen, I'm looking up and you're mumbling as if I can't hear. I promise you I can hear. You're distracting me. I'm subtracting 1. That's 50. Divide by 5. That's what? 10. So I want everybody in here to write for me absolute value 3 plus 7m equals 10. Now, if you don't know where 10 came from, speak up. I'm expecting you to be able to see that. Subtracting 1, divided by 5. Good?
Oh.
Anybody have any issue with that? Now we're right back to the easy problems. So now we just say 3 plus 7m equals 10. 3 plus 7m equals negative 10. Quickly, subtract 3. 7m equals 7. M equals 1. 7m equals negative 13. M equals negative 13 over 7. That's not that hard. It's not that hard. All right? Next, what do I have to do? Go, quickly.
You would add 3 plus 5.
Now, that's a very good mistake. Stop and listen to me. This 5 is connected to this. You cannot add 3 plus 5. What do I have to do again? Get rid of the 3. How do I get rid of the plus 3? Subtract 3. Then how do I get rid of times 5? Divide by 5. So you're, hold up. So you're subtracting 3 and dividing by 5. So we would say absolute value of 8 minus 2x is equal to 12. All right. Now, again, guys, listen, finish up the evens. Try to do the evens, all right? And if you're having trouble, like I said, I got time at lunch, and I got time early in the morning, all right? Lots to do.
Do the second page also.